एक में 4/7, Pakistan came into existence as a new country, but its birth was full of pain, confusion, and serious challenges. The partition of British India into India and Pakistan was done very quickly and without proper preparation. The borders were decided by Cyril Redcliffe, but the details were announced late by Lord Mountbatten. Because of this delay, people did not know which side they belonged to, and this created chaos, especially in Punjab. As a result, millions of people suddenly became refugees overnight. A massive migration began in which about 17 people moved across the borders. Muslims left India to come to Pakistan, while Hindus and Sikhs left Pakistan to go to India. This migration was not peaceful at all. Fear, anger, and hatred spread everywhere. Trains full of refugees were attacked, villages were destroyed, and innocent people were killed. Nearly 1 million people lost their lives, and many others lost their homes, families, and property. The violence became worse because of a spirit of retaliation. Meaning people took revenge after hearing stories of suffering from others. People who had lived together peacefully for centuries suddenly turned against each other. At the same time, Pakistan had to face serious administrative and economic problems. One of the biggest challenges was the division of military, financial, and government assets between India and Pakistan. Everything from large military equipment to small office items had to be divided. The agreed ratio was 17:5 in favor of India, but even this share was not properly given to Pakistan. India delayed giving Pakistan its financial share, which created a serious cash crisis. Pakistan had very little money and could only pay salaries for 1 month. Later, the State Bank of Pakistan was established in July 1948 to manage the country's finances independently. The division of the army was also very difficult. Pakistan received much less military equipment than it was supposed to get, and much of what it received was damaged or unusable. It also had very few trained officers and had to depend on British officers in the early years. This weakness became a serious problem during conflicts like Kashmir. Industrially, Pakistan was also at a disadvantage. Most industries and factories were located in India, leaving Pakistan with very few factories, no steel industry, and very limited resources for development. Even electricity production was low, making economic progress slow and difficult. Another major issue was the refugee problem. Millions of Muslims arrived in Pakistan with nothing. They needed food, shelter, jobs, and security. The government had to arrange camps, provide basic needs, and help them settle in new areas. This was extremely difficult because Pakistan already had limited resources. The emotional trauma of the refugees also added to the challenges, as many had lost loved ones and everything they owned. At the same time, Pakistan faced disputes with India over princely states. Some states had to decide whether to join India or Pakistan. While most decisions were simple, some states caused serious problems. In Junagadh, the Muslim ruler wanted to join Pakistan, but India invaded and took control. In Hyderabad, the ruler wanted independence to join Pakistan, but India also took control despite appeals to the United Nations. However, the most serious dispute was over Kashmir. Kashmir had a Muslim majority, so it was expected to join Pakistan, but its Hindu ruler, Hari Singh, delayed his decision. When rebellion broke out, he asked India for help and agreed to join India in return. This decision led to a major conflict between Pakistan and India. The Kashmir issue soon turned into a war. Both countries sent forces and captured different areas. Pakistan argued that the people of Kashmir should decide their future through a vote plebiscite, while India claimed that the ruler's decision was legal. The United Nations intervened and called for a ceasefire and a plebiscite, but although a ceasefire was achieved in 1949, the plebiscite was never held. The region was divided by the Line of Control (LOC), and the conflict has continued ever since, causing wars, tension, and loss of lives. Another major dispute between Pakistan and India was the water issue. Pakistan's agriculture depended heavily on rivers flowing from India. In April 1948, India stopped water supply to Pakistan from certain canals, which threatened crops and farming. This created serious tension between the two countries. Eventually, after negotiations and involvement of the World Bank, the Indus Water Treaty was signed in 1960, which helped solve the problem to a large extent. Despite all these difficulties, Pakistan managed to survive. This was mainly due to the determination of its people and the strong leadership of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. He played the most important role in guiding the new nation. In his early political life, he supported unity between Hindus and Muslims, but later realized that Muslims needed a separate homeland to protect their rights. Under his leadership, the Muslim League became strong, and he successfully convinced the British to accept the idea of Pakistan. As the first Governor General of Pakistan, he worked tirelessly despite being very ill. He believed in the principles of unity, faith, and discipline and wanted Pakistan to be a democratic state based on equality and justice. He emphasized the importance of economic strength, education, defense, and social development. He also believed that women should play an active role in society and that education was important for both men and women. He supported religious freedom and made it clear that people of all religions were equal citizens of Pakistan. He was supported by important leaders like Liaquat Ali Khan, who became the first prime minister and worked for an Islamic system based on social justice, and Fatima Jinnah, his sister, who supported him throughout his struggle and later continued to serve the nation. Unfortunately, Muhammad Ali Jinnah died on 11 September 1948. His death was a great shock to the nation because Pakistan was still very weak and facing many challenges. Many people believed that without his leadership, Pakistan might not survive. However, the country continued to exist and grow because of the strong foundation he had built. In conclusion, the early years of Pakistan were extremely difficult. The country faced violence, migration, economic weakness, and conflicts with India, especially over Kashmir and water resources. However, through strong leadership, determination, and unity, Pakistan survived these challenges. This surprised many countries that had expected Pakistan to fail. The story of Pakistan's early years is therefore a story of struggle, sacrifice, and resilience.